Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video, I have discussed about the two-way data binding. So now I want to add a style sheet in our components. So if you want to do that work right now, here I am loaded. So I am loaded our check, right? So better I want to load our learning. That means this one, that is our another component we have already created as a learning, right? So that is our learning. And here some of the text. So better I want to take this one. So that is our learning. If you go to our app, now I want to load our this one, that is name. I name it as a Aryan. So now I just load it, so it should be load our this component, right? Now if you click as a save all, refresh it, yeah, you can see it's now perfectly loaded. So now I want to load some of the style sheet in our particular this component area. So for doing this, we have to create one of the CSS. So in Vue.js, if you already know about the Vue.js, into the Vue.js they have the three component. One is the template, CSS, and the JavaScript. So but in React.js you don't need to do anything. Here you can do you can create another CSS file specific for this one. Like if you go to our default one, into the app.js, into the app or the app.js, they have the app CSS, right? You can see that is the app CSS. So now I want to work for our learning. That means here, right? So for the learning, I want to create another CSS. Click as a new file and I just name it as the same name as a learning.css. Okay, so I just simply create it, and now I want to add some of the class. That means here in particular learning. So right now we don't need this. I remove it. We don't need this. So that is our learning CSS and that is our learning JS, right? So to the learning JS, there are some of the h1 tag. Into the h1 tag here, I want to add some of the class name. That there is a class name, and into the class name area, I want to put some of the class as a card. Okay, so this type of one of the class I have to create. So now better I want to apply that for our every h1 tag. So I just simply added it. So now we have to create one of the class in our learning CSS. So here I just put our name, right? I just put that name as a card. So here I added that class name as a card, right? So that is our card. And into the card area, I want to add some of the basic things, like I want to put some of the wide. And for the wide here, I added one of the 80%. So it should be as 80%. Okay, so I just simply added that 80%. And also I want to add one of the margin. So that will be as a margin, and for the margin I want to make the things as a auto. And also I want to add some of the border. So I want to add one of the border, which will be as a 1 pixel, 1 pixel. And also I want to add as a solid color. So it should be as a solid, and I want to add one of the color as a white. So it should be as a white color. Okay, so whatever you want. So right now I'm actually using it. And also I want to add some of the padding, and padding will be as a 20 pixel. So I just added the 20 pixel for this one. And also text align, I added the text align will be as a center. Okay, and then also I added on the margin again, and this margin I want to add it as a 10 pixel. Okay, I just simply added the 10 pixel. So now if you click as a save all, it's not will be visible because of all here I didn't add anything. You can see it's the same things. So now we have to import it. So we have to import it in our particular this page. That means here, that is a learning JS. So into the learning JS, after this here I want to import and input our CSS file. Here we have to add that our CSS I have created as a learning. Okay, learning.css, right? So here we have to add it. So now if you click as a save all, I just click as a save all. Now refresh it. Yes, you can see it's now perfectly added our this card, and there are also one of the border I have added. And if you click as a change me, you can see it's also changed, and also our border is perfectly added. That means our CSS is now perfectly working. I hope you can well understand about it, friends. So here I declared one of the class as a card. I have created one of the class as a card. So here I put some of the wide or margin, border, and I just put that border color, padding, and everything I added in our class area. And after that I also load our this one, that means import our this CSS. Okay, a specific this page I loaded this. And also here, if you want to add some of the CSS specific this same page, then you can also add it. Like here, there is actually our click now button, right? So I want to put some of the CSS code for a specific this button. Like that is our render. So that is our render, that is our return. So after that render, okay. So after this render here, I want to add one of the constant. There is a constant into the constant area. I just name it as a style. I just name it as a style. And into the style area, I want to put some of the style code as a. I want to put some of the, first of all, background color, ground. Okay, background color. So I just put some of the background color, and background color will be as a orange. So I just name it as a orange, will be as a background color. And also I want to add some of the font. So that is the font, and font I want to add our inherited font. That means the inherited. Okay, inherited font. And then also I want to add some of the border. And border will be as a, for now I want to add as a 2 pixel. Okay, 2 pixel solid. And then I want to use that maroon. Okay, maroon color. So that will be one of the color, that means the border color. Also I added one of the padding, and padding I added as a 10 pixel. So I just simply added as a 10 pixel. Okay, and also if you want to add some of the cursor, you can add that cursor. So that's all that CSS code actually. So if you already know about that CSS, then I think you already know about it. There is a cursor, and cursor I want to add that as a pointer. Okay, I just added that as a pointer. Perfect. So now we have to also show it. That means we have to show our this class, that means this style. I have added that constant or variable as a style. So now we have to pass it. So that is our click now me button, right? So into the click me button area, that means here, after this I want to add that style, and our style will be our this constant variable. So I just simply pass it. Okay, so I just simply pass it on here. So now if you click as a save all, and now if you refresh it, yes, you can see it's now perfectly updated. So if you now click as a click me, it's now updated. If you refresh, there is a mango, click me is perfectly updated. So friend, I hope it's very much clear to you. If you want to add some of the style sheet specific this page, you can add this CSS code. So that is our CSS code, particular this page area. Rather than if you want to import some of the CSS from our CSS page, then you can also import it, right? So both of this I shared with you. I hope it give you some of the little idea. So friend, that's all actually the basic. Don't be panic, don't be worry about anything, because of all step by step we will go more deep, and everything when we'll use it in our project, everything will be very much clear to you. So right now I think you get little idea how can use style sheet in your component. So in our next video, I want to discuss about the single input function, how can working with this. I will show you that things with a live example. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.